Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a bit more of like a standalone kind of book review. I got the title like RANT review from Lily C. Reads here on BookTube. I thought it was just a cute idea to kind of take books that you don't like and review them as well, because I feel like as much as I can appreciate a review on a good book, I also appreciate just as much a review on a bad book. Just a disclaimer, as always, this is just my opinion. BookTube is full of different opinions, different styles of writing and all that kind of stuff, so obviously not everyone is gonna like everything. So if this is your favorite book, I'm really sorry, but please don't come and attack me. It's just my opinion. Today, the book I'm gonna be talking about is Fireworks by, what's her name? Katie Cotugno. So I lost the book cover for this, but I had initially read her book 99 Days last summer and hated it. It was just such a bad book. I don't remember enough about the book to actually like explain any further, but I just remember it was literally one of the worst books I read that summer, and the cover looked a lot like this one. So when I went into chapters like a couple weeks ago and I picked this book up, part of me thought I was like, this is totally the same girl that wrote 99 Days, but part of me was like, I don't know, because there was no Wi-Fi, so I couldn't check if it actually was her, and I don't know, the plot kind of intrigued me. It was one of those things where it was the same day that I bought that Once and For All book by Sarah Dessen. I was just looking for light reads, like super, like, I'm not looking for anything that's going to change my life or like perspective on the world. I was just looking for really chintzy kind of books to just kind of get me back into reading. So I picked this up and was like, okay, like, worst case scenario, it's a bad book, whatever. Basically, the book is about two girls, and they're from a small town called Jessel, and one of the girls she's not well off, but she's better off than the other girl, who is significantly like less well off, like she's poor. Her mom's a drunk, all this kind of stuff. She doesn't really have much going for her. She's gonna like stay in the town after high school and all that kind of stuff, while I believe it's Olivia's the friend's name. She's going off to university, so it's just kind of this like friendship that's kind of on the fringe already, but they've been friends like their whole life. And then, so Olivia, who's always wanted to be like a performing artist and that kind of stuff, comes across this Orlando opportunity where she would like audition for kind of like the Simon Cowell of this book, and then you get put in a girl group, all this kind of stuff. So actually, I need to figure out this girl's name if I keep going. Okay, I can't figure out that girl's name, so we're just gonna call her Jen or something. So Jen decides to go with Olivia to like be moral support, and already the most ridiculous situation occurs like in the book. So when they're in Orlando and they're in the hotel, Jen is like standing in the lobby, and the guy comes out, like Simon Cowell, like the Simon Cowell of the book. He comes out and he's like, can someone give me like a real audition? And he said something where Jen replied, I don't know why. And he's like, you, like, who are you? And she's like, oh, like, I'm not even here to audition, I'm just here with my friend. And he's like, no, like, get in here, we want you to audition. It's like, she can't sing, like, what? So she goes in and she auditions. She deadass sings Happy Birthday and didn't sing it well. Like, she even says in the book, she's like, I cracked, like, my voice cracked, like, it wasn't good at all, da-da-da-da. So it's just kind of like, okay, whatever. Olivia's audition goes well, they go back home. And then, like, a couple days later, Olivia gets a call that she's getting a call back and she's, like, going to be put in this girl group. And 2 minutes later, Jen, the other girl, gets a call, too. What the fuck? I literally already, the minute that happened, I was like, oh, this is going to be a bad book. This is going to be a shitstorm. So just to kind of, like, go through everything, also, so at this point, there's going to be spoilers. So if you're not looking for spoilers, feel free to just skip this or like pause it and then read the book and come back. I don't know. But so one of the things that really annoyed me was, so they both go to Orlando with all this stuff. They're part of this group called Daisy Chain with these two other girls. So on their first rehearsal day, we're gonna call her Jen again because I literally can't find her name in the book. But Jen for the rehearsal, she's like, okay, I'm gonna wear like a gym shirt and shorts. And Olivia's like, no, like, you can't wear that. Like, this is the big leagues. Like, it's rehearsal. Like, I literally, reading that, I was like, oh, you already know the other two girls are going to be wearing something ridiculous. And lo and behold, on page 48, Kristen was wearing a stretchy tank top with a line of rhinestones across the boob, while Ashley had a fluttery dance skirt over leggings that stopped mid-calf. Can someone explain to me What brand is selling bedazzled gym wear? I just want to know. So, of course, because what's-her-name doesn't have bedazzled gym wear, of course, Olivia, Kirsten, and, what the heck's the other girl's name? Kirsten and Ashley all hate, or Olivia doesn't hate her, but it eventually gets to that, all don't like Jen because Jen doesn't have bedazzled gym wear, because that's normal in this book universe. Okay. And of course, because a typical trashy YA novel is not complete without a terrible love interest, we have the boy band that the same Simon Cowell guy made last year, and their group name is Hurricane State. Hurricane State. I just need to know what the hell's her name? Katie Cotugno. I don't know what in mind fantasy you are living out through this book with bedazzled gym wear and a boy band called Hurricane State, but I'm not here for it. I'm really fucking confused. Okay, so you find out that Olivia knew one of the main guys from Hurricane State because they were in a Cinderella play or something at some point in their life, and Olivia likes Alex, but Alex has a thing for Jen. So, of course, you already see love triangle forming. Amazing. So typical trashy. I'm still reading at this point thinking maybe this will get better. Maybe, just maybe, this will be worth the $20 I paid for it. Maybe. And then we come to this where Alex's opening line is this the weirdest day of your life so far, or just the second or third weirdest? What the fuck? It gets worse where Jen, whatever the hell her name is, goes, oh, not even top 10, I said recovering, but I'm a weird girl, so. I read that, and immediately in my head, I thought of that scene from Riverdale where Cole Sprouse is like, what did he say? He's like, I'm a weirdo. I wear this hat every day. That's not normal. I literally, the minute she said that, I was like, oh, it is totally going to be one of those things where she is painted as the tomboy who doesn't wear makeup or doesn't wear rhinestone bedazzled gym wear in this book's case, and somehow still gets the guy. And all this shit, like, it was just ridiculous. And I already knew I was just gonna hate the protagonist, which I ended up hating her. She is the most annoying human being on the planet, and she's so dumb. But so, obviously, Alex and Jen, they fall in love. But to keep in mind, I totally forgot to, like, say this, but Olivia has an eating disorder. So earlier in the novel, I'm not calling this a novel, this is just a book. Earlier in the book, it's lightly introduced that Olivia has an eating disorder, and Jen knows, and all of Olivia's friends know, but instead of telling her mom like a normal fucking human being would, they keep it a secret as long as they're able to make sure she eats. Like, it's a deal that if she doesn't tell, or if none of them tell her mom, they're allowed to do whatever means it is to make sure that she's eating, which is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard of. But anyway, just to kind of put that into the mix, because you're going to see how shitty of a person Jen is and how ridiculous this author is for trying to make her seem okay. It's ridiculous. Going on and on, obviously Kirsten and Ashley, the other two girls, they don't know about Alex liking Jen. So they're trying to like push Olivia onto Alex. So at one point in a scene, they start singing a song and get Alex to like sing the male part and Olivia's singing the girl's part. It's fucking garbage. And so Jen brings it up like later on when they like meet up together. And he's like, it looked like showing off. I just get real wrapped up in it when people are singing, you know? Like, you just know this guy is just a fucking loser. The entire time I was reading this, I'm like, oh my god, all of these people are just idiots. I don't know, just something about it, I was like, wow, like, I hate every single character in this book. There's not a single character in this book that makes me want to continue this book. But I'm gonna continue reading it because I hate them all. Then Alex goes as far as to literally tell us how shallow of a relationship Alex and Jen are, because he verbatim literally just goes, I like you a lot. I think you are really pretty. And this is as Jen is going, I can't go for you, my friend, or she doesn't say my friend, but she says someone in the band called dibs on you, and all this kind of stuff. And he literally is just like, yeah, you're really pretty though, so I want you to like ditch your bandmates for me. Of course, Trash Bin Jen does fall for this and continues to canoodle and make out with him and all this kind of stuff. It's ridiculous, as her friend Olivia has no idea. And throughout the book, Jen will be like, it was the perfect time to tell Olivia, but then it wasn't. It's like, you're a terrible friend. The entire time I was sitting there, I'm like, it's not a huge deal if you're gonna, like, go after a guy. Like, if you're gonna go after someone your friends like, if the guy really does like you and you genuinely like him, then tell your friend. Like, I just found that, like, throughout the book, I was like, god damn, that's fucking terrible. Like, I could not get behind this protagonist because of this, and then it just gets worse. Then we get some fucking Camp Rock scene. I swear to god, this is straight out of Camp Rock, where Jen is singing and practicing, and Alex, she thinks no one is there, and she hears clapping behind her, and it's Alex, and we proceed to get 5 pages of Jen humble bragging while Alex is telling her, oh no, like, you're so amazing, da-da-da. Like, it's like, holy shit. Every single time Alex and Jen talked, it was the same fucking conversation 20 times over. Another thing that really kind of irked me about this was, not only is Jen, this is very random, but not only is Jen not telling her Olivia's mom about Olivia's eating disorder, not only is she hooking up with a guy Olivia likes behind her back that could trigger her eating disorder further, 3, she literally just kind of forgot to, like, take care of Olivia. Like, you can see in scenes where she's like, I should have told Olivia to eat more, but I didn't. It's like, if you're not gonna tell her mom and you're not gonna, like, get her professional help, can you at least pretend to care? Like, I just kind of the entire time was like, god damn, like, it's not her responsibility to take care of Olivia, but it also is kind of her responsibility as a friend to then let her mom know she doesn't want to give herself that burden. You know what I mean? Then we have literally the exact same fucking Camp Rock scene with Alex that now happens with her dancing instructor. She was, like, doing her dance routine, like, so amazing. And Charla, I don't know how to pronounce that name, comes up behind her and is like, oh my god, like, you're so incredible, like, you have this star power to you, like, all this fucking shit. The entire time it's just people going, you're so amazing and you don't even know it, Jen. Then, as we all fucking knew it would happen, Jen walks in on Olivia throwing up. Her eating disorder is now, like, transformed from just not eating to, like, bulimia, I guess. And literally, this is exactly what happens in terms of problem solving. So Jen walks in, she catches her and is like, oh my god, Olivia, are you okay? And Olivia's like, it's really fine, it's just a one-time thing. I seriously think it was just nerves or something. This is the thought process that goes through Jen's head. This is the thought process. I studied her skeptical. There had been signs she was struggling. I admitted it to myself now. The way she'd been picking at her food since we got here. The way her cheekbones had begun to jut. I told myself she was just stressed. I told myself we had a lot of adjusting to do. As she's saying all of this in her mind, this is what she fucking says. Are you sure it's just one time? Like, I didn't think it would work like that. Then Olivia goes, well, I work like that. And Jen just goes, okay. Doesn't tell her mom. Doesn't tell her coaches. Just says, okay, one time thing. Sounds good to me. What the fuck? I could talk about for like 25 minutes how annoying she is, like Jen in general. I don't understand if Katie Contago, however the fuck you say her name, was trying to get you to hate the protagonist. I just can't picture myself ever sympathizing with this girl. It was ridiculous. I felt like the only thing that was kind of working for the sympathy thing was her love for this random guy she had met a week ago, which was like, okay, what the fuck? At some point, Jen goes up to the door and she finds out all of them are shit-talking her, including Olivia, because Jen isn't a good singer or whatever, but she has this star power and that's why she was chosen. Eventually, Katie and Ashley get kicked off of the squad and it's just Olivia and Jen fighting for one position because they decided to disband the group because they were garbage. Any fucking band named Daisy Chain would be garbage, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, at this point, Olivia is aware that her friend has been hooking up with a guy she liked and all this kind of shit, and they hate each other, whatever. You've got Jen, the protagonist, trying to convince the reader that she's right, and the entire time I was reading her, like, explanation, I was like, no, like, that's just fucking terrible. Like, yeah, your friend should talk to you behind your back, that sucks, but you also were hooking up with a guy she liked beforehand, and you also just kind of, like, were super irresponsible about something, like, really serious happening to her, like her eating disorder. I don't know. That, to me, I was just, like... And to pair with the whole, oh, like, I'm a small-town girl that's a tomboy, all this shit. She kept, having these things where, like, in the book, so it would be like, she was with her manager at this point, and they go, we're selling a product, and that product is you. And Jen would say shit in her head like, there was that word again. I got that unpleasant creeping feeling every time anyone said it. Like Olivia and I were a pair of dolls in boxes on a shelf. I'm sorry, but I cannot fucking deal with, like, these characters that are, like, above. Like, you are trying to become a singer. Like, stop acting like you're some sort of philosopher. Obviously, you're a product. Obviously. I don't know, that just annoyed me so much that she was trying to be, like, so philosophical when in the same book, she's, like, she doesn't care about school, she doesn't care about anything. I was like, okay, true. The book pretty much ends off where you've got, Jen gets the offer, so they kind of, like, go head to head, and Jen ends up getting, they actually make a deal beforehand, and they go, neither of us will accept it if he only offers it to one of us. So Olivia and Jen, like, have a handshake, whatever. And so a couple days later, Jen gets the offer from the Simon Cowell guy, and she declines it. So then she goes home to tell Olivia, and Olivia has at that point accepted the offer that Jen declined. And the book literally ends with Olivia going off to be a star, Jen going home to community college, still kind of talking to Alex, and Olivia and Jen never talk again. I have to say, like, there's one thing to have a trashy YA novel, and then there's one thing to have a trashy YA novel where the ending is so fucking weird. You have Olivia, whose mom still has no fucking idea she has an eating disorder, and the only people that are aware in Olivia's life right now that are with Olivia, because Jen is now at home, are her dance instructor and her manager. Those are the only people aware of it. And then on top of that, you've got Olivia, Jen, who has completely abandoned this love for performing that she develops over the entire book, and goes, nah, I'm gonna go to community college. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. What? The entire book, I was just kind of like, okay, like, they're both gonna, like, end up with the part. Like, they're gonna, like, be a duo or something. And while I give kudos that she didn't do the, like, expected ending, this ending was unexpected, but was literally the stupidest thing I've ever read in my entire life. Like, I think that has to be the worst ending I've ever read. Ever. Overall, I mean, I don't really have much else to say about this book. I would not pick up this book. It is not good. Nothing about it really, there's better trashy YA novels to read if you're looking for something trashy and kind of will fulfill your, like, need for a bad book, with, like, a really cheesy romance. I find the cheesy romance in this is about as deep as a puddle. It has no depth to it. It's so overly cheesy, but it has no substance to it. Like, the entirety of their relationship is them going, they'll say something and then go, is that cheesy? Like, what the fuck? I just felt like this book to me was just dumb. I don't think this is even because I'm not in the age range. Like, I'm on the cusp of being a little too old for this stuff. But even then, like, if I was in grade 9, I'd be like, what the fuck is this garbage? Like, this is a really bad book. I would not recommend it. If you have read it and liked it, please let me know why, because I'd love to know why. If you read it and you didn't like it, vent to me in the comments. I would love to chat about this book any further, because I love talking about shitty things. If you guys liked this video, feel free to give it a like. If you like me, feel free to subscribe. Comment down below any future videos you want me to do, any future books you want me to read, or let me know what you're reading, and I will see you guys soon.